What's going on, lads? It's BillyTheKid here, and I hope you're having a great day. And today's video is going to be on some of the changes that DICE says they're going to be bringing to the final release of Battlefield 4. Over the 2 weeks the beta was on, they collected a lot of interesting information from the players on some of the issues that they were having with the beta and some of the gameplay aspects that they wanted to see changed for the final release. And so the other day they released some information showing what they are exactly going to be changing. Now the article will be in the description, so you can go and check it out, but some of these aspects I'm going to go ahead and share with you on this video, but it's not all of them. So like I said, you can go and check out the article for yourself. So let's start off with the first thing, and that is that they are going to fix the low frame rate and stuttering problem that a lot of people on PC faced on the first few days, and then they patched it and then it didn't really fully work for me anyway. I think the same thing happened for a lot of people. I know from the very first day of the release, for the exclusive release, not the open release, a lot of people were having a lot of frame rate problems, especially around the Delta flag on Siege of Shanghai, including myself. And even when the patch was released, I was still getting that problem. So hopefully this is good news that they say they are going to have that fixed in the 2 weeks that are left. Another thing up for the console players, including myself, I play Battlefield on console and on PC. The good news is that they are going to be releasing an Xbox 360 and PS3 controller layout. I know a lot of people, including myself, were not very happy with the control layout on the console. It was very confusing. I believe the R2 button was the spot, and there was a whole list of other buttons that had been changed around, and many people were not happy with it, and they demanded that the developers bring back a layout similar to one to BF3, if not the same one. And they said that they are going to be bringing back the Xbox 360 and PS3 control layouts for BF3 into BF4 when the game is released in 2 weeks time. So that is good news. Another bit of news is that the elevator catapult on all platforms will be fixed by the end of the release. If you don't know what this is, when the tower in Siege of Shanghai collapsed, there was one of the elevator buttons stuck into the ground in amidst the rubble, and if you activated the elevator, it basically catapulted you into the air and allowed you to skydive straight down, and then you could parachute within the area of the tower's collapse. It wasn't anything overly exciting, you know. It was funny as hell, and DICE have said that they want to thank all the people that shared all the funny videos, but it won't be allowed, of course, into the final game. They said they will patch that and it won't be accessed in the final game. Next thing I want to talk about is gameplay balancing. They said they are balancing a lot of stuff when the final game is released. One of them is they have reduced the rate of fire of the AK-12 in burst mode from 1000 rounds per minute to 750 rounds per minute. They said that with the AK-12's massive rate of fire in burst mode, it was a little bit overpowered, so they have tweaked that to 750 rounds per minute. I myself didn't use the AK-12 in burst, I used it in fully automatic, but I can only assume what it was like with 1000 rounds per minute. So they said they have tweaked that. There are a few more gameplay balancing tweaks, but they're in the article, so you can go ahead and check it out. I want to talk a little bit about some vehicle changes. They have said that they have increased the damage of the Stinger and Igla missile launchers to 3 hits, or I should say 3 hits, to kill attack choppers. It was 25%, now it's going to be 35%. Now for me, I don't know, I think they should really go back to the Battlefield 3 days where you could get 1 hit on a chopper and disable him. That's just me. I don't know how you lads feel about that, but I think if it's a Stinger or an Igla, 1 hit should be a disable, the second hit should kill him, not 3 hits. So maybe they will change that. Perhaps in the next few months they'll change it back to maybe, 1 hit disable. Who knows? That's just me. That's how I feel. They have reduced the damage that 40mm and 25mm infantry weapons do to armoured vehicles to highlight their anti-infantry role. So during the beta, people were destroying infantry fighting vehicles and tanks with 40mm grenade launchers and the 25mm cannon on the boat very, very easily. They said that was a little bit overpowered because they're armoured vehicles. They're not supposed to be destroyed by light anti-tank grenades and even the 25mm cannon on the boat shouldn't be able to destroy a tank. It's supposed to be used, boat weapons are supposed to be used against infantry, so they have tweaked it so that they can't destroy armoured vehicles in the final game. They said they are fixing an issue where the tank's main gun did not correctly hit the centre of the crosshair at all times. This was one thing I figured out very, very quickly when I was playing the beta. I always had to elevate the gun a little bit up to where I was actually aiming so the shell would actually hit the target. At first I didn't think maybe it was a bug, but well, thank God they are fixing this, so now I won't have to lead my targets all the time. Locking weapon changes. The one thing I always had a problem with was the RPG-7 having a lock-on feature, and it looks like now they have listened to the community and they are taking off the RPG-7 and the Small's lock-on feature. It says the RPG-7 and the Small can no longer lock on to laser designated targets. It was I don't even know if that's a word, inauthentic. I guess, I would say it wasn't authentic to the real deal, and was not balanced because people were just spawning on rooftops with, recons with soft lambs, and they were just launching RPG after RPG. I am really happy to see this come in. I didn't think that the RPG-7 with a lock-on feature, I'm not going to say it was realistic because this is a video game, it's not realistic, but I was going to go on and say it wasn't authentic to the RPG-7 that we had back in BF3. I think it was a good deal that they had removed that. All laser designated missiles now do a maximum damage of 90% to attack and scout helicopters. That's been reduced from 100%. This was done to give the helicopters a chance to use their fire extinguisher countermeasure even against laser designated weapons. I think this is also a good idea. I can't tell you how many times I was killed in the spawn while just after hopping into a chopper, attack helicopter or scout heli, and some idiot across the map, only maybe 500 meters away, had us designated with a soft lamb, and the engineer just blew us to crap with his RPG-7. So lads, those are just some of the changes that DICE are going to be saying they are bringing into the final game in 2 weeks time. You can go ahead and check the description, the article is in there. You can go and see all the changes they've made, and you can also subscribe to this channel. So lads, once again, thanks again for watching. This is BillyTheKid. Leave your feedback in the comment section below of your thoughts on this subject, and I'll see you again lads, and thanks again for watching.